you guys. Okay, Instagram's still going. It says we're now live on YouTube. We are officially live, and I hope you enjoy Wednesday and Rumi because that's what we're dressed up. I mean, I really committed. Okay, I committed.
She is very committed. That's great.
We're super excited to have you guys here in our first day of the Design Suite Maker Conference. It's been such a good day. We've been hearing great things about what you guys are watching. We had 12 presentations today. We had our opener this morning. Did you see Snake Bread?
Did not have a chance to watch it, so I'm looking forward to watching it a little bit later.
It's going to be so fun. So if you're hanging out with us today, what we're going to do is we are going to do a design montage and talk about the design elements from Wednesday. And from K-pop Demon Hunters. Now, these are two things we thought would be really fun for us to do together because they've been so darn popular.
They have been, especially with my girls. Even my son liked it. So there you go.
It's so fun. It's really, really fun to see. I love both of these things. Wednesday, my son also loved, and then K-pop Demon Hunters has been popular like all over, which has been so incredibly fun. Before we get started, we just want to leave you a few notes to make sure that you know what's going on. So we are in the middle, and the reason you see us twice a day right now in the middle of the Design Suite Maker Conference. So do you want to tell us a little bit about what we're doing for this?
Yeah. So the Maker Conference is super exciting, especially for anyone who is a part of Design Suite, because everyone who is presenting this week is members of the Design Suite or alumni members of the Design Suite program. So they have all come and learned from Carina, and they're working on their businesses and doing some fun stuff. And they're showcasing their talents with you guys and sharing some fun projects. I've had a peek at a lot of the projects, and there's some fun stuff in there and a lot of good freebies, you guys. So it's not just learning. You get a lot of fun, really cute files to work with if you're a crafter, if you're learning some different things. There's a lot of different projects and techniques, not just crafting. There's some designing. There's even one for
fiction writing,
and like Zazzle if you're interested in opening POD shops. So there's some fun stuff in here. It's kind of a nice little mix for kind of like anybody who is looking to break into this industry. So super fun.
Really, really fun. And Aja said me, but Aja is actually our main Design Suite Mastermind coach. So you're learning from Julie, Shara, and Aja as well. And then you guys saw Sarah this morning, who is our event coordinator, and she's the one who put on this huge event. So it's really, really awesome. We're super happy to be here. Hello, how's it going, Judy? Come on and say hi in the chat if you guys are here. We are really excited to do some design critique with you. So one of the main things I own the University of Arts and Design and then Design Suite, and both of these are educational programs, right? The university is dedicated to creating degrees and certificates. We do a lot with getting, your graduate school work done. And our Design Suite program is just a 1-year-long program where we're just teaching you how to build a design business and building the habits for it. And one of the best things that we can do for you guys is teach you how to critique yourself and critique others. This is what we do in design school, okay? So if you ever join a program where you don't get critiques from the person who's at the top, the expert, then that's a problem, okay? Because you should be getting design critiques from people that are in that team, right? So, of course, my designers at the University of Arts and Design, in any classes I'm teaching, they're getting critiques from me directly. I just wrote 1.5 page critiques for everybody for their capstone projects. It was long, but it was awesome. If you are in Design Suite, then you're getting mentor critiques on the weekly from Aja, and then you're getting critiques from me in mentor workshops on Tuesdays. And it's just, we need to show what are you doing in critique? What is so important about a critique? And that is really figuring out what your eye can see, why the design is good, and kind of those beautiful moments where negative space, white space is really working, intricacies are making something better. And it's a really fun thing to do. Yeah. Now, if you are looking you're like, well, how do I find out about Design Suite? we actually have a live design boot camp next week. So if you go to designsuitecourses.com/design bootcamp, you can join a design boot camp. They usually cost about $27. It's a foundational learning week. It is not, we do not dig into Illustrator, even though there's some bonus videos to teach you the programs. We're teaching you business. We want to teach you design business, which is really similar and different from regular business. I run my design businesses very differently than I run my university or my design programs. And so because of that, we teach you those habits and skills that get you there. So Design Bootcamp is the way to kind of learn more about what we do in our programs. If you are interested in the University of Arts and Design, we just started fall semester. So we are starting to enroll for spring 2026. So if you're interested in a Master's of Arts in Design Business or a Master's of Fine Arts in Digital Design or a design certificate, if you don't have a bachelor's degree, we only at this time offer a design certificate, and it will get you some really, really good things on your resume. So anyway, hello. Hi, Janelle. Hi, Judy. Is that Wednesday Addams? Judy is asking. Yes, it is. It's perfect. Oh my gosh, so good. She says we look cute. Thank you. Thanks, guys. Okay, and then you guys can ask questions in the chat. Now, if you're here because of the Design Suite Maker Conference, you can still get your free ticket to come join us today and tomorrow and then the day after. We've had 35 plus presentations and you still have access today. So what you'll need to do is go to designsuitecourses.com/maker2025. And we have an event community that you can get all the links to. You can watch the presentations for free. If for some reason you can't watch them, you don't have the time, we recommend the All Access Pass, which is still on sale during this time and will be until the end of the conference. So the All Access Pass, you'll find the links in the community, or after you get the free ticket, we'll send you to the All Access Pass. Are we ready to get started here?
I think so.
Okay, you guys, we're going to start with Wednesday. And I am loving, do you want to show us the first, Aja put these slides together and I'm so excited because we're starting with typography. Okay, so probably one of the coolest things about this typography is that it feels a little spooky, a little sharp. Yeah. What are you seeing in it?
Me?
Yeah.
It's
like you just been talking for so long, Carina. I
really like it because it gives a little personality. It's not just, a serif or a sans serif. It almost looks like web-like, spiders. So it just has that little bit of spook without being overly complicated or complex, and still really readable. And so that's kind of why I like it.
I like the big W on it because it's not centered. It's not sitting on that X, that baseline. Yep. It's not sitting on it. It's fascinating because it's actually going both. So it's centered. That's not always the case. I love the sharpness of it. So it reminds me of Futurists in this way. Yeah, because you're getting all of those sharp ends on the W, sharp on the N. Even that little, there's a certain amount of asymmetricalness to this font, which is what makes it feel a little bit like ink, you don't want it to feel perfect. And that's what you're seeing with this N here, where it dips down below the main baseline.
And with the A as well.
Yeah, the A as well. Kind of interesting. I also like how they mix it up. They use the white, but then they also use these versions that it's got almost a tombstone feeling to it.
Yeah.
Kind of stony.
Yeah.
It's awesome. Kind of like her look. She always has a stony look. Oh, we didn't say this. If you're watching and you have not watched these two things, spoilers.
Not.
Yeah, we're going to have spoilers. So we're just going to say things, okay? We're just going to say things. We're not going to sing to you. You're welcome.
Sing.
I know.
Just kidding.
You didn't want that. But there are going to be spoilers. So how many of you in the chat, we would love to know on Instagram and YouTube, have actually watched Wednesday and watched season 1 and season 2? We would love to know if you guys have all watched it, okay? Because it's pretty incredible, actually.
Yeah.
I loved when I was a kid the old Addams Family movies, but this feels like next level.
It really is. I mean, the imagery alone in the show is top notch. The attention to detail and all of the fun things. I mean, you could literally get lost in this show analyzing everything.
Yeah, and we're going to analyze some of it so you guys can be looking for these details. It's interesting because we're mostly graphic designers, which means we like flat design, right? We're in typography, but the way they've built, especially Wednesday, you get to see lots of contrast, and it is so perfectly done that we have to talk about it, which is awesome. Annalie said she's partway through season 2. Ooh, you might hear some spoilers here. Be careful, Annalie. Sarah says she loved both seasons. Amy says you guys are so cute. I've not seen it yet. Okay, well, if you're here with us, this is your take to please go watch this. It'll be really fun. All right, should we head over to the next?
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so this is the opening sequence. We're going to watch this together. And I've turned off the audio on it, so you're just watching the visual.
Yeah, I really loved how much detail that they get into this, the shadowing of Wednesday's head, and then just the imagery alone.
What I love is really it's very centered. It's really centered, but you got weird stuff happening on the periphery, which feels very Tim Burton. Right?
And everything seems to spiral in.
Kind of gives you this feeling of chaos.
Yes.
Which is interesting because the whole thing with Wednesday Addams is control. She's kind of controlling and arrogant, but you get this spiraling feeling. And you do get confused, at least for me anyway. You're kind of like, oh, they love such morbid things. How are they enjoying this?
Yeah.
Oh, like the teeth there, but then the flower. And so there's some pretty elements. And then there are some kind of you're not sure, disturbing right here.
Yeah, for sure.
It feels like a nightmare kind of movie. I love the eyes above it. I always think about campfires where you've got the flashlight underneath of it. That opening sequence is so incredibly good.
Yeah. I love it because it just kind of gives you a taste, but almost like what it's like inside of her brain. You know what I mean? All the things that she thinks about and or likes.
Yes. Yes, Brenna just said, I love the contrast of Wednesday and Enid. And I think that's our next slide, isn't it?
Well,
nope.
It was this one.
Oh, yeah. We got to look at this.
kind of looked more closely
You can't see this as closely, but it is that tombstone look. Now, normally in typography, we hate it when type is you've done all this crap to type, right?
Yeah.
It works here. And this is really paying attention to the subject matter, right? So she's got a stony look and then an edging on it that feels like a gravestone. It makes sense.
Yeah. And it makes sense for a title, a one-off title like this. Would you put this anywhere else? Was subtext or anything? Absolutely not. But it works for this particular.
And we should talk about that, you guys. There's so many rules in typography that people break all the time. And the reason they break them is for these types of reasons. It's a title. It's not chunks of text, right? We would never read text like this. It would be too difficult. It's showcasing the subject matter, right?
Yes.
Really well. Could they have done white? They could have, but it wouldn't have had that same spooky feeling because you get this blue light behind it that makes it feel a little bit like it's happening in dark. It's kind of evil a little bit,
it's got that creep factor that's ooh.
Yeah, so good.
Okay, so this next one, I just wanted to showcase this because it just pulls you into the Gothic castle that is the Academy, and then it just kind of zooms in on, of course, the gargoyles and the window, of course, that is, the half bright and light, and then the half.
Yeah. And we're going to show you some more pics of this, but I think this is fascinating from the outside. So you guys know, I was just in Korea and Japan, and I got to experience the frozen area of Fantasy Springs at Disney Tokyo. And they have done all of Arendelle. It looks incredible. It looks incredible. And it reminds me of this. This is that kind of detail. It's roofing detail. Right? You get the sense of something being older based on the materials being used. And you can kind of see that here in this crinkly, I don't know how they built this, top of this roof, but roofs tell
Yeah.
us a lot.
Yeah.
Also think it could be like a gabled roof, and it's not. It's this weird flat roof, which
Mhm.
really feels, I mean, really look at this shape, guys. Like this shape
Yeah.
being created right here,
Like
it's a
with the
weird
curves.
shape. And you
Yeah.
like, you kind of, unless you're really analyzing it, you're not like, oh, there's something, it feels a little weird. But really,
Mhm.
when you look at this negative space, when it's stopped and pulled forward, you get this circle. It almost looks like an eye, but then you get this funky, like a little bit curved, but then straight. That's really, you guys, as graphic designers, this play of curvature or organic plus straight is actually one of these imbalances that they're creating here, because they put them together. Instead of it being super straight or it being a straight gable where it would look more classic, it feels a little bit off and a little bit darker because you're mixing organic with straight.
Yep. Yeah. And it was, I'm sure, on purpose.
I think they did a lot on
Yes.
purpose. Like, I mean, well, look, we should keep going because it is kind of incredible, the thought to this detail.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, here, Brenna mentioned this. This is one of my most favorite things they did in this movie. What do you think of this, Aja?
I really loved it because it really showcases the two personalities. Like Enid is bubbly and loves color and is fun, and she's such a contrast to Wednesday, who is always in black and white. She's not bubbly and fun. They're quite literally exact opposites. And this showcases it so well with the details in the background and with them, in general.
Also, I don't know how many of you really paid attention to their clothing. I mean, I couldn't stop looking. First of all, the details in Wednesday's clothing, it's all black and white. And yet every single bit of it is so well thought out.
Yeah.
And then hers is colorful, and it could have gone very badly, but instead it kind of works.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
And it's even in her hair. Like she is like color head to toe.
Yeah. It's incredible. The other thing you really should pay attention to is, Aja might have to move a little bit that way, like maximalist, minimalist, right? So not only is it black and white, it could have been maximalist over here, but it's actually not. There's very few items. Whereas over here, it's over the top. There's so much stuff. So you get that craziness feeling, this feeling of brightness and cheeriness. But once again, it's still a little disconcerting, don't you think?
Yeah.
Even the colorfulness, it's not like this feeling of like just warmth. It's actually a little disconcerting and chaotic, which is kind of the feeling you get. There's like this chaos and there's this contrast.
Yeah.
And they did that all with visuals. I mean, here's the thing. We saw it in the scripting and we saw it in the movie itself, but they're doing it so much with the visuals.
Yeah. And this is a clip from it. And it's where they're just kind of arguing over their space because, Wednesday wants it quiet. Enid is not that kind of a person. And they're kind of like, this is that main conflict.
That big green swipe behind her, you guys, is so good. And then what I really like is, look at this shot. You see the color. So you can see the contrast. So they don't have to split it down the screen every time, even though that was a really obvious choice. It's like so cool because you can kind of see it in the background and you get a feel for just really how black and white. If everybody was black and white, it would not even faze us, guys.
Yeah.
Not at all. But even her uniform later on, and I don't think we show that, is black and white, whereas everybody else is purple.
It's got the purple undertones to it. Hers is not.
Yeah. So Brenna says, I think it gives a dollhouse vibe, but it's unexpected because it's creepy. Agreed. And then she also says, but they both have a colorful, Enid has pink and Wednesday has black, kind of like Wicked, where Glinda has pink and Alphaba has green. Yeah, I love that. Really, really good points. Chrissy says, which Photoshop type tutorials have you been watching, Amy? Amy just says, I've been watching your Photoshop type tutorials. Great timing. Good job, Amy. I'm so glad. That's so good.
Oh.
All right.
I'm going to probably skip forward because it'll show mostly them in front of.
Oh, this is fun. So if you haven't watched this yet, Aja, do you want to talk about this?
Yeah. So one of his powers here is that he can like bring whatever he draws kind of to life-ish. And I just really love the imagery here that comes from a flat drawing to actually making it three-dimensional. And I really liked that imagery that they were able to instill here with that. And so it's just kind of cool to watch. You can see everyone else is in the purple and Wednesday's kind of in the blacker tones here. But then here in a second, you'll watch as he tries to impress Wednesday with his gift. And right here, he starts to kind of pull it out.
I love that it's not like an obvious black just outline. He's got all that shading on the back of it, but it still pulls out. So good, like foreground background situation with the white space. So good.
And of course, she's not impressed and smashes it.
Good personality.
I know, right?
All right. Next up,
we have
this is the dress shop. So when they're going to go to their dance, Enid buys hers here. And I know it's kind of hard to see, you guys, but there's like roses and flowers in the doorway. There's like a typical striped top right here.
Total like feminine boutique cottage core. Like that's all cottage core right over there.
Yeah, so gorgeous. Versus
the
antique
shop with this iconic dress that of course Wednesday uses or wears, I should say. And even the typography on this window in comparison to like this little open sign.
You can't see it as well, but it really is different. Because this is not only is it typical, it feels like a 1920s, like old style. They've got an outline of purple on the outside. It's not a true, I mean, it's a serif, but not really because it has points at the end. And so because of it, it's like kind of somewhere between a grotesque and a serifed font. So kind of brilliantly. And then of course the curvature and then the straight, kind of classic antique shop.
Yeah.
All right. We're going to move on to the next slide. Are you guys liking this? Kind of fun. Of course, this is really fun.
So we're going to do the two different dances that happen in both season 1 and season 2. And I loved the contrast between the two because this first one is of course Wednesday. And then this next one is going to be for Enid.
Yeah. So if you haven't watched season 2, you might not have seen the second dance here. So you kind of get like, it's very straight lined. We saw so many people doing the dances last year.
It's not fluid dancing. She's it's still well done, but it is different. It is very different than
Enid. A different feel. All right. So can we forward through to Enid?
All right. So this one is Enid.
And she's wearing white, like high contrast. Her hair is all curly. And hers is like contemporary ballet, kind of like a little ballet, a little modern.
But it's so funny because the thing that I do love about this, it also kind of highlights the fact that there is the Frankenstein element to season 2. Sorry if I'm spoiling for anybody.
Yeah.
But like they're dancing, all the movements are kind of like monster, Frankenstein, choppy in some instances of it.
Yeah, and some weird moves, like you saw that move where she goes like this. Just interesting. Also, use of color here. This big blue background, and then the second girl, I forgot her name. Oh my gosh, it's blanking. The invisible girl. She's wearing green. So the green and the white and the blue. Just an interesting color combination.
Yeah.
Very, very interesting.
Yeah.
All right, want to move on to the next one?
Yeah.
All right, we've got lots of pictures here. We've got the whole family here in black. Amazing. I always love that Pugsley kind of sticks out with his white.
He has a little bit more white with
he's a little lighter of a personality, right?
Yeah. Not so serious.
Not as serious. I am obsessed with the grandma. Like that.
I know.
Oh my gosh. And you'll notice, we'll look at her a little later. She's not wearing as much here. There's a little bit less here, but she actually has a ton of intricacy. So whereas Morticia is always kind of the plain, although they added the red in the sleeves
in season
two, she's actually got a lot of intricacies in her outfits. So kind of an interesting contrast. And then it was fun to see Lady Gaga.
Yeah.
Sarah and I were talking about that this morning.
That's the dance that Enid did. That's the new Lady Gaga song. Apparently, she had to learn how to do that song without knowing the actual music. They weren't allowed to know the music. So they had to do the drum beat. That's how they learned that dance.
That
was kind of cool.
Crazy. That's super crazy.
Yep.
So I love this. He's one of my favorite characters with and clearly, well, I say clearly, but maybe they actually made it. I suspect it was computer graphics for that.
Probably. But I mean, just the imagery alone right here, the highlight on the face, and then, the little snakes that are coming, for the Gorgon. I mean, it's just brilliant. It just looks fantastic.
It does look good. More on the contrast here. And then,
I think that's Morticia.
That's Morticia. It's kind of hard to see.
Yeah.
She's got the roses for the Day of the Dead.
Yeah.
But it's funny because in this, it actually looks like Mrs. Frankenstein.
It kind of does.
Like with the hat hair going up.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to the next one. Oh, we didn't show this. This is incredible. And I'm a little sad you guys can't see it that well because it is intricate.
The details on the piano and then the imagery behind. I mean, alone, this piano is fantastic.
Also, can we just talk about how the storyline did such a good job of having, first of all, so many villains. So many villains. So you didn't know who was the real villain, right? And then they basically set it up for season 3.
Yeah.
Very brilliantly done.
You don't know where it's going to go, but...
But there's and you can't tell who's good and who's bad. Everyone just has their own motive, and you're kind of like, okay. This is a really good shot of the intricacies. So on her lap here, there's I don't know if that's supposed to be an A or
it almost looks like an insignia.
I think it's an F.
Of some sort.
I think it's an F and an H because her maiden name starts with an F or something.
Yes.
So if I misspoke that, I'm sorry, guys.
I think it is.
And then she's got this web detail in the neck of her dress here, the little lining of her boots, which you guys can't see quite as well. All of this detail in all of the chairs and the piano behind her. Just incredible, right? You know what's crazy to me, especially for movies, is you see the shot for 2 seconds and they've spent all this time on every single one of them.
Make that look amazing.
Yeah. So incredible. All right. Moving on. Okay.
This one, I wish I would have gotten a more brighter imagery, but I love this fireplace. If you guys have not had a chance to look at it, it reminds me almost of, the mouth in the Harry Potter, the second Harry Potter, and where the snake comes out and they've got the mouth and the guy. This is what this fireplace looks like because it is basically a mouth. And the teeth, the nose, and then almost Gorgon-like.
Yeah, there's a lot of different fireplaces and stone pieces. Especially go check out, what's the name of their little organization?
Oh,
I'm blanking
now that
on
you're saying it.
But there's all this stonework around there. Same thing. It's kind of lovely. And then you see this later when Dort is the headmaster and he walks through it, which is pretty cool. Yeah. So really well done. Those teeth, a little creepy. More Enid and Wednesday, solid color stripe, but the use of pattern, you guys. This over here. So there's no feeling of only Wednesday wears stripes. It's not the deal. It's color versus black and white or contrast. So down here, Wednesday's in the black, and you can't see this very well, but Enid has a beautiful, almost 1950s plaid with her shaggy coat on. I also because Enid is a werewolf, that they do a lot of shaggy things, furry looking things for her, versus you'll see Wednesday in more classic silhouettes. Yeah. Which is really, it's an interesting and smart choice. Yeah. You see it up here, right? The fuzzy big sweater, right? And then down here.
Even with the puffer jacket, it's fluffy.
Really fluffy, and that green and It's like neon
Yeah.
green. You're like,
Lots
who's
of
choosing
color.
this? Enid apparently is. I'm kind of sad I didn't dress up like Enid today because then we could be Wednesday
I
and Enid.
know.
Oh, well. All right.
Okay.
Oh, let's talk about this.
Of course, you can't have a Tim Burton anything without having his signature style, illustration work going on.
And it always looks a little messy, right? Because this is the
Oh,
story
yeah.
that they do about the Knightley family, basically.
Mhm.
And just this feeling of like things are off. Like this triangle head feels so corpsey and weird versus the round, but still, once again, high contrast. Like if they all had triangle heads, we wouldn't think anything of it. But having this like kind of round head, then the triangle head, it's just really well done.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely he has a signature style.
Totally.
For sure.
Yeah. Which is awesome. Which is actually why I think I've been surprised by Wednesday. It feels so modern compared to his earlier works. So it's fun.
Yeah.
It's really fun. All right, moving on. We're going to talk about K-pop Demon Hunters. You can see I'm dressed as Rumi. And if you missed it on Instagram, my sister and I went to Korea. So we lip synced the song. Believe me, we did not sing the song, and kind of showed you leaving. And we've tried to post a few videos, but there'll be more. So there'll be a lot more so you guys can see that. We had the best time ever. And actually my YouTube live on last day at 6 o'clock, I'm going to share some insights to some of the things that happened in Korea that I just couldn't share in Japan. So, because I was there for the Silhouette conference. So I think you guys will really enjoy that. So just really quick before we hop into this, there is a YouTube live tomorrow at 8 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. And again, at 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, we will be doing a few different things. So we'll have people who are presenting come on and talking, and it will be really good. So,
yeah.
Okay.
So fun.
Now, this has been the surprise hit of the summer. And I remember when it first came on, my kids were like, we're going to go watch this because they like K-pop stuff. They watched it and they were like, Mom, you've got to watch it. This is amazing. So we were up at the lake house. So I watched it with them and I was like, that kept my interest. Surprisingly, that kept my interest.
I was quite surprised because both of my girls watched it and absolutely loved it. And they're like, Mom, you got to watch it. And I'm like, no. But then Karina got me to watch it. So I did watch it. And I actually really liked it.
Yeah.
The music is really fun and catchy. I mean, the visuals, alone, all the bright pop colors in here is really cool. There's just a lot that they did with this show to just really engage a lot of audiences, because I feel like, I don't know if you've seen this, but there's like those dad videos, like they're still jamming out even though that, their daughter's not around because they like it so much. So there's like, it's got a large appeal or wide appeal, I guess, to a lot of people.
Will you guys tell us in the chat if you have seen this? Have you watched K-pop Demon Hunters, or have your kids watched it? Okay. And they've dragged you into it. Okay. I'm going to tell you this. Yes, is it a kid's show? It is.
Yeah.
As an adult, I highly recommend you watch it with a graphic design eye. Okay. So don't watch it because you're just like, oh, I'm just going to watch. Like, watch it with a graphic design eye because they have done a lot of things right here. And even from these 3 posters, how different this feels than Wednesday. And it's the magic of typography, color, and silhouette. That's really it, right? The use of space, like look at this one. You guys can see this, like just almost all negative space, and you're just getting the runway. Incredible. Versus this, right, where you're getting kind of that anime feeling where they're all coming in with their swords and stuff. Versus over here, like the poster plus them in the front, you get a real like rock star feeling from it. So 3 different actual like audiences really built with different ways. These posters are done excellent. Like, first of all, title at the bottom, title in the center, title at top. Lots of times people will come to me, or designers will come to me like, well, I don't know where to put this thing. And I'm like, truthfully, you can put it anywhere. It depends on the rest of your elements, right?
Yeah.
Elements matter. So because this is so busy, it makes a lot of sense that it's in the center. Title's in the center. Title at the top here, lots and lots of space. They actually have a mirror down here, which is pretty incredible. And then over here at the bottom, it feels like a movie poster, right? Like the classic Jaws poster, or has the title at the top and then the information at the bottom. But you'll see a lot of classic movie posters with the information at the bottom. They've styled it that way. If you want your audience to feel a certain way about something, go look at the era that you're trying to mimic very carefully, okay? If you want that Saul Bass movie feel, then you're going to do one thing. If you want it to feel like an anime situation or a fighter movie, that's going to feel one way, right? And then use of negative space. I just love, like, you're not getting a true ombre, but you almost are, because that pink to blue is such a beautiful contrast. This is really incredible, you guys. Like, the way this is done, it's some graphic designer really thought through this one. Because these two colors could have been awful. It could have been like the most ugly. I am telling you guys, I see this all the time. It is ugly. And they have got it straight on. And it's just a slight variation in the saturation of color. Really, really bright, really, really dark. A little bit more blacks and grays in it. Yeah. Very disco. Amy says the one on the right. Yeah, totally. Love it. So good. Okay. We got to look at this type, you guys. Look at this type. So different from the Wednesday type, right?
Oh, yeah. It still has kind of that edgy feel to it, very angular, but the P's are a little bit softer. And
look how wide it's pulled out, too.
They are.
It's a wide M, like the X height on this, you guys, like instead of being up, it's like out. Oh, so good. So smart. But let's talk about these sharp little edges. The sharp end that goes down, same thing we saw in Wednesday, actually, to kind of like pull it out. This M, you guys, my font people, all my font people out there who are taking our font design classes, you guys, this is so brilliant. I love this, and I don't really see it that often. And that's the use of a straight M on the stem here, right? Pointy center and a pointy second stem. What? Who was like, I have this idea, I'm going to do a pointy stem. I haven't thought of that before. That's brilliant.
Yeah, it definitely gives a lot of interest to the different letters, because they kind of have that in a lot of them, where even the ends that way. And like the R has this one that kind of comes out a little bit. So it just kind of has that combination of angles and straights, which is really nice.
Okay, I want those of you who are live with us, do you guys see the use of thirds here? Brilliantly done. Very well done. Sometimes hard to do with type because you can't get it. Anybody see the use of thirds? Yes. Judy just said the M and N looks like a knife edge. Yeah, like they're right on the edge. Anybody else see the rule of thirds? If you guys see it on Instagram, tell me. I don't know if I can. I'm like looking close, you guys, to see. Yes. So good. Anybody see it? Come on, guys. It's so well done. Use of thirds. Diamonds. 1, 2, 3. And done so that it builds a triangle, right? But here's the best part about it. Like that triangle goes like this, right? So it brings you down. We went in on the diagonal, right? But it brings you this way, this diagonal, which is so brilliant, right? Because we're reading this way to this way. Guys, there's so much good going on here. And they could have overdone it. This could have, just a couple more things would have overdone this, but it's like the perfect balance of rule of thirds, X height width, some funny, interesting elements like this long P edge, this little bit of an M here, this N going down. That makes it kind of special and different. So good, right? If you're a typography nerd, you appreciate this, really.
Okay, so this is kind of this opening sequence.
We're going to forward a little bit through it because you get a feeling for, like, first of all, the colors on the demons. Look at so many colors. Okay, let's pause here. Oh, can we? Whoops.
I went and skipped it. Hold on.
Let's see if we can get a pause here on the outfits. There we go. I wish I had this yellow jacket today, and then I wouldn't have had to paint myself. Right? Okay. How many crazy elements on this, you guys? Truly. Can I do her look?
Totally looks like her.
Anyway, the zipper, the main zipper, the two colored necklace, this weird little fringe thing. Nobody knows what it is, right? Then like almost like old school. This reminds me of Japanese actually drawings of clouds. Interesting. So very kind of Asian here. And once again, this could have gone very badly. Yellow is a tough color, you guys, to work with. The number of designs that I see lots of yellow in where they're clashing and they're breaking, they don't work. The reason this works so much is, let me just like point it out, because we see this in fabric design as well, you guys. So those of you who are surface design lovers, first of all, they use a black liner here to break the blue from the yellow. If that blue had been sitting directly on the yellow, there probably would have been a saturation issue and your eyes would have danced, right? But they've used the black, they've used a neutral color to break those up so that they are separated and they're not touching, okay? In fabric design, that ends up causing trapping, right? So it layers on top of each other. Then she's got like this darker burgundy color in here, but it looks like a shadow to the black. So it doesn't seem like that big of a deal. Over here, she is using the red directly against the yellow, which are, my color people, discordant colors. Let's think McDonald's, right? High distraction colors. And so you see that directly there. Very smart. Really, really smart. So good. Okay, should we talk about their outfits in the sleeping jammies? We're gonna move on because we're short on time. And I hope you guys are you guys liking this? Tell us in the chat if you like this. If you're like, oh, you should do this again, Carina. Or no, Carina, we never want to see you dress up ever again. If you say that to me, I won't be sad. It seems like this time of year, I always end up dressing up.
It's the season, you guys. It is almost Halloween.
Yeah, Amy says this is a great lesson. Good. I'm glad you guys are liking it. Okay, let's talk about these are pajamas. So Aja, do you want to talk about this?
Sure. I loved this sequence. Not only are they like ready to like take on the boys, but they're also wearing very distinct pajamas that you wouldn't necessarily think that they would wear. Especially like we've got, I can't remember her name. Mira?
I can't remember her name either. I haven't watched this for a month, guys.
I only watched it
just listened to the music nonstop.
Yeah. But she's like kind of like the more serious person. And she's got this fluffy teddy bear jamma top that I absolutely love because it kind of shows a little bit of a softer side of her. And of course, you've got to have food jammies because they are all like they love food. You guys. I don't know if that happens in the first sequence. You can see that they love food.
Well, and I think he mentions her pajamas.
Oh yes, he does. He kind of teases her about her little cute teddy bear pajama.
Yeah, like I like this because she's like mix and match zone, right? She's wearing the cuddly cute thing, and she's like perfectly matched up.
Yeah,
it's kind of fun, really fun. Also, these colors, guys. These colors, how are they making it work? This really neutral blue in the background. Otherwise, it would be really difficult.
Yeah.
So they've done some smart things here.
Mm-hmm.
All right. More. Okay. The difference. Can we talk about this boy band? Can we talk about the boy band? Okay. First of all, the use of pattern is incredible, especially in the boy brand. So I know you guys can't see this quite as well, but he's wearing a shirt with stripes, grid-like stripes with blue stripes on it. So pretty well done. Floral shirt, tropical with pinky peachy, huge flowers. Diamond and argyle, like preppy style over here. And then there's like a little diamond blue, like a purple diamond on that one. And then a straight solid. They basically covered all their bases on this. And this could have gone very badly. Once again, they're all together, but there's some unifying elements. The pink belt here, the pink undershirt matches this pink over here. So it works. This actually is the one that doesn't match the most, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But like for whatever reason, it's like that jolt of intensity that you kind of need in a design. Most design work, I'll see design work and it's just like plain. And the reason it feels plain is because there's no chance of something interesting or sparkly in it. It's safe, right? So this could have been pretty safe. I mean, I don't know if this could have really been safe, but okay. But this really takes it out and kind of brings out some flavor in it.
Yeah. And it's interesting to me that everybody has like, there's the yellow that comes across in everybody but this guy. The pink comes across in everybody. The teal comes across in the shirt and his hair here. So they all
like, are you paying attention to this? I mean, we get it with the body structure of this picture. You're getting this, but you're actually getting it from the colors themselves.
Yeah.
That's how you know something is brilliantly done, because you're thinking about every single piece to create all of these different triangles, which is awesome. Judy said the flower shirt matches the hair on the left, pink sweater boy. Yes. Yeah. That's probably like the way they were like kind of bringing those two together, which is awesome. Now let's look at these three up at the top. So they're wearing all completely matching outfits, but the details are different. So you've got really intricate work done on the shoulders of Rumi. Up here, you have like the soldier look, right? So like the big, I mean, what do you call it? Shoulder pads with the fringe on it, and it's symmetrical. She's not symmetrical, and she's actually symmetrical as well. But hers are like, which is an interesting contrast. She's kind of a soft, cuddly kind of girl, but she's actually got the like almost like the pointy gem like prints and a couple of hard spots. So I almost wonder if, even though she's a harder personality, if they kind of added some of that softness to her to make her more likable, the fringe and all of that, which is interesting. If you guys have a chance, okay, even if you don't love the show, go look at the outfits in here, because they are very, very brilliantly done from a graphic design standpoint. I think they're brilliantly done as a fashion design statement, but really from a design standpoint, just the use of intricacy, the way it's been drawn, the way they've been put together. Just this little lineup right here where it's like curvature coming in. It's so beautifully done. Someone very, very smart did it.
Yeah. Yeah. I just love all the detail, because you could literally just like analyze for a while all the cool little things that are in those outfits.
Yeah. So incredible. All right.
So you gotta have a little bit of the personality of these characters. And I love this because I don't know, they showed up to I think it was the VMAs, and their actual singing character showed up in a big puffy black jacket to match her character.
This outfit, I think this was at the Met. Awesome. They were doing this at the Met Gala for the show, but yeah, I can't even talk about this. This is so smart and hilarious. I mean, like, some really funny moments, but also this could have been done poorly. Like we've seen on the other things where they add all this intricacy, they could have done that here. It's almost like, because there's a stark contrast between the simplicity plus their show costuming, you're kind of like, oh, like that, it makes it funnier, right?
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to look at some of these outfits. So these are the fans, and notice the contrast between the costumes and then the fans. The fans look simpler, right?
Yes.
You can see that.
Simple sweatshirt, simple color. They kind of have her same personality, like look on their face.
Yeah, because this is the one that, like, the pink-haired girl, right? Yeah. So, and they've got their one or two little Huntrix, whatever thingies, but simple, very solid colors, not as much patterns. Moving on. So this little fan group likes this girl, like with the black hair, and I can't believe I can't remember any of their names.
I know, right?
Except for Rumi. I'm like having a moment.
Mira might be the one with the pink hair.
Little more. Notice theirs. They've got like almost the kawaii looking, like the characters on them. They've got a little more typography. Just even the use of the eyes, big eyes, less of that look of like straightforward, but also matching. Like that says something, right? The fans are all matching. They're like, they want to like gel with her. So that's an interesting kind of idea. And she's so cute. I want to take a peek here at this page. This is brilliant, you guys. I don't know what it reminds you of, but for me, it reminds me of my tween age kids.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So they kind of pattern down a little bit, so that you've got like some type up here in, well, her handwriting, right? But it's got like yellow scribbles on it. Down here, there's some Korean, which is awesome. There's some doodles, right? You think about like that doodling during those tween age or early teenage age, and then some doodling over here. It's just, they've done some things really smartly to attract a lot of different ages, because this reminds me of my childhood.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I definitely had notebooks that looked like this.
Like Lisa Frank unicorn, brightly colored. Like, this is what that reminds me. There's like a kind of natural tween girl freedom to this.
Mm-hmm.
And this is so brilliantly done. So well done. All right. Should we move on to the next?
Yeah.
Okay.
I love that.
There's kind of just like, some of this stuff just makes it so good. All right. Should we move on to the next after this clip? Okay. Demons. So it's been surprising, like everybody's been loving the demons as much as they have. This is traditional wear. So when I was in Korea, we actually saw several men dressed up like this around the palace. Okay, I'm just going to, not regularly. So near the palace, you can rent all this clothing, and I rented some clothing. I don't have any pictures for you guys here, but we rented the clothing, and then you get into the palace grounds for free. So it's a very much encouraged. The men dress up too, and they're wearing these kinds of hats. Do I have any people here who love K-dramas, right? We see a lot of this for K-dramas. I love K-dramas. And I think for those of us who've been watching K-dramas, this felt like an anime version, an animated version of K-drama. They never kiss, right? Don't even barely touch. It's like hilarious. So it's so good. But this whole outfit, the strings here, right? And then the simplicity of what they look like compared to when they're dressed up as K-pop stars. What do you think of this?
Yeah, I just liked it a lot because of the lighting, the darks and the lights that come across with this. And then I kind of figured this was some sort of traditional wear that I thought was really cool. I love that kind of stuff because I don't know, some of these cultures. So I just love seeing other people's cultural stuff. So this to me, I thought was really cool that it was in there.
Yeah, so good. Okay, we're almost out of time, you guys. So we're going to just hop through the next couple really quick. I would say let's just keep going, even though that's fun. Let's talk about Blue Tiger guy. Aww. They always say monster or beast, and he is so cutely ugly.
I know, right?
Cutely ugly.
He is. His cute, weird smile.
He's a little
he's kind of derpy.
Kind of derpy and creepy in one. That's kind of brilliant. It's his weird little teeth sticking out, his big yellow eyes with the blue, that high contrast there, and his just weird little face. You can tell he's harmless, but like he's kind of big and overbearing, which is really well done. He kind of looks like he is just an illustration, and he doesn't look earthly, which I think is the point. Yeah. He's not an earthly creature. So yeah. Really cute. More outfit stuff. We probably won't get into this, but like, whoa, colors and intricacies. Go take a look at that because it's really well done.
Same thing.
Yeah, lots of close-ups on the fringe. That is so good. So good.
Even the earpiece up there. That was really cool.
Yeah, so good.
Or it's in her hair. I'm not sure.
Yeah. More outfits here. You guys, honestly, like just the ties on the feet or the legs, so good. I love it.
And this is just that song
at the end, which has been haunting me.
Yes.
For a little bit. Oh, this sword, you guys. Now those angles, right? That's straight up anime. Like I think of Sailor Moon. Like I think of like kind of all those old school things. All right, we're going to stop there, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this. If you want to see more of these kinds of things with your favorite either videos or graphics, we would love for you to tell us in the chat what you would like us to do next. I'm not promising I'm going to dress up for every single one of them, but we would love to share and talk about ones that you think are really interesting, which is really, really fun. If you love this, put that in the chat. Make sure you like and subscribe to this channel because we're doing so many cool new things. If you're in the Design Suite Maker Conference, we're really excited that you're getting all these incredible videos that we're doing with you, which is so fun. A reminder that next week is a live design boot camp. I don't always do lives. We have replays often, but lives are incredible because I get to know you and we get to interact, and it's just really fun. DesignSuiteCourses.com/designbootcamp. What else do we need to tell everyone about? Come hang out with us for the next couple of days because this is what we're doing. I am slightly jet lagged still, you guys. I got home on Sunday. It's Tuesday today, and I needed a 1-hour nap in the middle of the day. So like I am really struggling. So this is like I'm bright and early time from Japan and Korea. So I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for joining us. And we'll see you guys all soon. We'll see you. Bye.
Bye, guys.